It is Tarot and Tea Time with Hadassah Monique, aka the Stone Priestess. And today I'm going to be reviewing a deck of Angel Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. If you happen to be viewing this video off my blog or your Tumblr dash, don't forget to hit the follow button so that you are up to date and know your questions have been answered. All right, so first and foremost, I'd like to make a comment about the box. The box is very sturdy, and I like a lot of my decks and my Oracle decks to come in boxes like these for obvious reasons. And as you can see, this is the front of the box, and this is the back, which gives you detailed information about the authors. Not that it really matters. I never read the back. I don't give two fucks, but anyways, so when I open the box, I love that sound. I get to the book. Now, the difference between this book and the other book from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart by John Holland, that book has way more information than this one. Do I think this is good for beginners? Yes and no. Yes, because if you're not really all that concerned with interpretations like dates or numerology, times of the year, then this is okay. I actually got this one while I was an intermediate. Because I actually still don't use numerology or a lot of symbolism in my like in my readings. So it's not a really big deal. But if you're starting out and you want to learn everything there is to know about tarot, then this really isn't a good deck for you, simply because it doesn't break down the symbolism like numerology or telling the times of the year just by looking at the cards. It doesn't give you that extra information. And in this book, it only gives you information on how to clear your deck for first time usage, or it will give you information on the spreads. So it'll give you just a few spreads here. It gives you just a little bit of information on spreads like that one and the Celtic Cross and the traditional 3-card spread with past, present, and future. So that it doesn't really give you a lot of information before it gets into the minor arcana. Or is it major arcana? It's major. Yeah, it's major arcana. They usually consist of up to 22 cards in the deck. So it gets into the major arcana and it associates the major arcana with archangel. So for example, the magician is associated with Archangel Raziel. The High Priestess, too, is associated with Archangel Haniel. So it uses the major arcana for the archangels, and it has a little bit of information on each archangel, if my camera will show it. But Samuel is associated with 16 life experience, which is also called the Tower of Terror. I call it the Tower of Terror. So that's just a little bit of information that they have, and each card doesn't provide that much information as well. It only provides maybe 2 paragraphs of information per card. As you can see for this one, it's like about 2 paragraphs or even just 1. It's kind of lackluster. So as you can see, it's not that much information, but at least it's in the correct order because it goes from the major arcana to minor arcana, which is wands, cups, swords, and pentacles, which is the correct order that these cards come in. Unfortunately, they don't come in pre-shuffled, so shuffling these is a pain in the ass, just like most other decks are at first. It does come with this silver, see that silver here, where the other deck I had reviewed was gold. This one is silver, and it used to be silver all the way around, but of course I've used this over about 10 years. So it's kind of difficult to shuffle these at first, but once you get them shuffled, you're good. Another thing I wanted to mention is the sturdiness of this deck. It is very, very sturdy. I'm really trying hard to bend these, and these are not easy to bend. So they last very, very long. And if you can do this with your deck, you know that you have a quality card deck right here. These will last a longer time than those flimsy decks. And that's just really what I love about this kind of deck, really, because it's just, it's good. It's really good. Pros and cons. I like this deck because it's sturdy. And it's very long lasting. It's not very hard to bend while you're shuffling. And I know, like, a lot of us do have that issue of shuffling. Some of them will bend and some of them will kind of pop out. Or sometimes when I'm shuffling, the whole thing will just like fumble out of my hands. But all in all, like, when I'm shuffling, I don't have an issue of them bending or breaking or ripping. So that is what I like about this deck. What I also like about this deck is that the book comes in the correct order, easy to find the card that you have pulled. So it's not a clusterfuck when you're trying to do your reading. Another good thing about this deck is that it comes in this really sturdy box, and it's hard to open, and I actually like it. I like having to struggle opening this deck. I don't know why, I just like it. I feel like it's very secure and safe. I don't have an issue with this box at all. I wish all tarot cards or oracle decks came with this box. What I don't like about this deck is that there's not a lot of information in the book on each card. And that's probably because I'm just a little spoiled, but I do like having a lot of information. I also like that it incorporates the archangels into this deck as well, as far as the major arcana. The major arcana is what includes the up to 22 cards in the deck. And technically, you can do readings with just the major arcana cards and not the full 78. You can do it with the 22. The pricing of this deck, I believe this was about $20. Okay, yeah, it says $20 on the box. So it's very reasonably priced. It was about the same price as the other deck that I used, and I didn't tell you the price because it didn't really dawn on me that I should. But the pricing is fair because of the quality of this deck. There's really not so much that I dislike about this deck. It's just that it doesn't have a lot of information, and it's not necessarily a deck that I would use as a beginner if I wanted to incorporate numerology and other symbology in my readings. So that's just about it. I know it's not that a lot of information, but I have nothing else better to do. And if you want, you can check out my website. That is thestonepriestess.com. I will be offering a giveaway to a top follower once I hit 800 follows on the stonepriestess.com blog. I am about halfway there. So when I reach 800 followers on that blog, I will be offering the choice between a tarot card deck and a custom bracelet and pendulum made by me. If you want a personal reading, you can go to thestonepriestess.com blog. I do intuitive and tarot card readings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. As long as my illness is not too bad, then I will be doing readings on those days as well. If you have received a reading from me on my blog, I would really appreciate some feedback or a review. Any kind of feedback is really what I want, but I would really like some more critical or more, tell me what I need to improve on, because I already know that I am good, of course, but I like to be able to do better. That's basically it. Once again, my name is Hadassah Monique, aka the Stone Priestess. Thank you so much for watching me, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye. If you happen to be viewing this video off my blog or your Tumblr dash, don't forget to hit the follow button so that you are up to date and know your questions have been answered.